Hey guys, and how's it going? Got another video for you guys today. This is gonna be we got some updates here around the shop to show you. I'm not quite sure what this video is gonna be. I haven't done a video, and I looked at what today was, and today is Saturday, and I usually upload on Sunday, and so I thought, well, I better go out there and find something to do. May not be doing anything in this video. This might just be a talking video. My buddy Mike came over here and we filmed a video on his 216. I think he talked about it in one of his videos he just posted. And he did a video over here on my camera. We had to use my computer to upload it. The video was exporting and downloading itself so it could be turned into a YouTube video, a YouTube file. And I haven't gotten around to uploading it yet, so it hasn't been uploaded yet. It will be uploaded hopefully here soon, but it's still not up yet. It was just finished exporting when he left, when he was here last time and he left. You're probably all wondering now, why are you showing the 216? Well, when he was here, I got something else I got to show you guys. We were doing some messing around with the 216. He brought his 216. I had my 216. We were riding around on the 216s. And we got to listening. And I think my 216's got a bad tranny. And I'll explain to you guys why. We were out there. He brought something around. He brought a wagon over here I could use to pull one of my new toys. I'll have to show you guys that. But he brought a wagon over here. And the transmission on here has been making noises ever since I can remember. And I haven't been too worried about it because I figured it just needed new fluid. And he got to listening to it and he drove it around a little bit. And he said it sounded like a bearing in the transmission was going out. And I've been having some issues with this tranny already. As you guys know, my driving, it jumps around when you're in fourth gear, when you're in third, second, first. I think it's done it before in third. If you don't have the variator back all the way, it'll jump. And I was thinking, well, it might be the belt. And I do remember making a video on it, and we took it and we tightened down that pulley on the transmission. If I sound stuffed up, I think I got a little bit of a cold. So I apologize if I sound a little bit stuffed. But right now, currently, that is in the state of this tractor. Now I did get another. Now you're all probably wondering what the plan's going to be if that transmission needs to be swapped. Well, I had a couple of ideas. As you guys know, I have a few parts donating tractors, and I got a few parts donors. One of my ideas was that 110. Actually, one of my ideas was go up there and look at them parts donors and see what one of them is complete or the best. Take all the tins off of this one, tins, engine, and maybe electrical. I might just rewire it and drop them onto one of them or chassis. Whichever one seems to run the best, take all that stuff off of here that's good, drop it on one of them frames that's good with a good transmission and use it. The reason that I don't just pull the transmission out and use this frame is because the transmissions are a little bit of a pain in the ass to get. Now you can get them out of there. It's not very hard to drop a transmission, but the problem is you got to hook all the linkages up. You got to hook the brakes back up. You got to hook the clutch. There's no clutch. You got to do the belts and get it in the right spot and all that. So it's a little bit easier just to drop the engine into another tractor that you know is a little bit better. And this frame also has some marks on it where people have, this frame is starting to kind of wear. It's got a couple holes drilled in it right here. Someone had a mount there at one point. It's got holes drilled here. And it's also got a broken engine mount here, so I had to improvise with this. It's in rough shape. I mean, you gotta remember, it is 30-something years old. And in 30 years, a tractor, a lawnmower especially, does suffer some abuse. Because not a lot of people know how to take proper care of one of these. So they start to suffer some abuse, and unfortunately this was kind of one of them that did suffer some. So, not sure what the plan is though. Like I said, that might be in the catalog though for us to pull it apart. And I have done some work to it. As you guys remember, I did redo the steering on this tractor. I do like my 216. This is a very good tractor. 216 is awesome. I love the thing. I'd like to keep it going as long as I can. Same with my 73. I love that one too. But you know, unfortunately some things don't go the way you planned. Now, another idea that I had is, I don't know how many of you guys remember that 112 I got, or 110. I was sitting there thinking about pulling the transmission out of it and everything else. And I have a 112 around back. I was going to make a 112 with a 16 horse Kohler, drop this engine in it and get it running. The only issue with doing that is, this is a later style engine, and so it has the little feet that come off the block, and so it wouldn't work unless I put a different style oil pan under there. That's another issue too, is this has a car oil pan, one of them like a car does, where the oil pan hangs down. It doesn't have the little slit, or it's not flat like the one out of that, and it's not a slit like that one is, so it's a little bit more of a pain to maneuver it around, but I'm sure with the proper tools and mounting equipment we'd be able to get it in there. So that's it on the 216. That's your updates. Well, another thing, I wasn't too worried about it because I figured the fluid in the transmission probably needed to be replaced. I knew it made noise, but it didn't sound like it was grinding anything out, or it didn't sound too bad at the time. And I guess I should have changed it sooner, because over time it started getting worse. It don't sound like metal on metal contact. It just sounds like it's got a whine. So it might need transmission fluid, it might not, we'll see. Next update, 73. For those of you who do know, I have been having some engine trouble with the 73 again. I posted a video not very long ago on it. Actually, that video was filmed a couple months ago. And I put another carburetor on it. Or I did some carburetor work on it and fuel pump work. And I'm back to where I started. I got the points cover off. I don't have the carburetor pulled apart. You can see I've got a couple carburetors laying there. I'm not sure what the deal is with it anymore. I'm wondering right now if it needs a valve adjustment. I'm also wondering a few other things about it, but I'm not sure what I want to do yet with it. And I guess that leads us to our next project. I remember I was telling you guys about my lawn cart that I got. I also got this the other day. This is I think it's homemade, a type of trailer deal. It's a few years old. It sat out in the weather, as you can tell. It needs a lot of work. Put some air in the tires when I got it. It had been sitting. I put some air in the tires, and this is actually a few days later, and they're holding air. Both of them are. I put 20 pounds in them. I probably could have went with a little bit more. But the valve stems are underneath the trailer, and I didn't want to put too much air in them just yet. So I put about 20 pounds in them. I was going to do 10, and filled them up. So far they're doing okay. Both tires, as you can, well, that one might be, that has some weight on it too. That could be why. Got a couple part stoners sitting in it right now just to keep them out of the way. It is not quite sure what the plan is with this just yet. Most likely I'm going to end up pulling it apart, repainting it, putting it back together. I was thinking this is going to be the next project on the channel, getting this thing back to life. I want to do some type of restoration deal with it, like I did on the patio. Stain the wood, probably replace the wood. Anyway, stain the wood, sand it down real good, do some work on it, make it nice again, you know, and then paint the frame, pull this big dent out of here, same with the other side. Another nice thing about this wagon is underneath of it, it's got a vehicle differential underneath. So I think it has brakes. Maybe it doesn't. I need to flip the tires around. I think that's going to be next. I don't know if I can though without them rubbing on that frame. But that's this, for those of you wondering. And I know I got it in the frame. I was trying not to, but I know I got it in the frame. This back here, this is also another idea I had for the 216. Originally, when I bought this, it was going to be a parts donor. I don't know if you guys follow my buddy Mike, Master Mechanic Mike, on YouTube. This is actually his tractor. This is not mine. He asked me if I wanted to buy it off of him, and he gave me a price on it. I said, yeah, I'll buy it off you. We were trying to get it running. This is actually before we got it running. He put a few new parts on it. I haven't fully looked at it yet to get an estimate on it. But he said $200 for it. I said $200 sounds good. So we made a deal on it. I gave him an IOU. So it's not my tractor yet. It is still his, for all of you who are wondering. So it's going to sit back here until it's paid for. I haven't done anything to it yet. It's got an electric PTO on it. Now you're all wondering why I'm showing you guys this. Two ideas. One idea I had, this is actually a 212 with a 16 horse Kohler in it. I've ran the numbers on it. I have a feeling it might be a 12 just with a 16 horse shroud. Either that or it could be a 16 horse, someone putting a 12 horse in a 212. I do have a 212 hood up front, and I do have a better set of fender panels I could put on here, because these ones are kind of rough. What I was thinking of doing, I also have a proper 200 series steering wheel. Idea that I had was throw the 212 hood on here, probably leave them hood supports on it, swap this out right here for a different one. It's got a mule drive on it, and I was thinking try to see if we can get this thing running again. We did have it running, but unfortunately the engine ran away, so I haven't messed with it since. It's just been kind of sitting back here for right now. Tires do seem to hold air. This one over here I think went flat. But one of my ideas for it was we could take it, pull this engine out, take the shrouds and everything off the 216, drop them on here, drop that engine in, rewire it. I mean, it's a manual lift. It's basically the exact same as that one is, all except for it's just on an older frame and a 212. Now we'd take the center dash tower off that and we drop it on here. We could possibly use the wiring harness out of it if we do that, but the PTO clutch on here is backwards, so this is off, that's on, so that'll probably end up being switched around. It's got a 300 series steering wheel on it. It might be a 300 series. It might not be a 300 series. The seat is a little bit rough. I think I have another seat I could throw on here. I got a couple of them. And then throttle, choke. Choke is no good. There's your volt regulator and your key switch. Here's a view of the engine for you guys. It's a 16, I was told it's a 16 horse Kohler. I think it might not. I think it might be a 12 horse Kohler. There's the battery out of the round fender. I gotta swap that back. It's got an electric PTO. PTO does work. A couple of ideas for it if I end up getting it running. How it sets is make it into a lawnmower. We could make it into a mowing tractor and just mow with it, and then we've got the 216. We could do whatever the hell we want with it, mow with it, or do whatever. Another idea that I had for this was get it running again, make it into a mower, and possibly sell it. I do need to find a mower deck I could put with it, though. I don't have one at the moment. So that's what is going on right now with this. Like I said before, this is not mine, so therefore I'm not going to mess with it. I did put some gas in it. Before I forget, I'm going to have to drain it. I noticed when I came back here it has a leak underneath of it. It looks... Actually, that might have been there from when I had the Craftsman sitting back here. So that might not even be from this tractor, so I'm not going to worry about it too much just yet. So that's this tractor, that's that one, that's the trailer, and then there's these two up here. Lens appears to be dirty. Is that better for you guys? Maybe not. I'll have to clean it later. But then there's the parts tractors and the wagon. So back up front to my selection. Here's that 212 hood I was telling you about. If you guys don't remember this tractor, this is the 212 I bought and I used as a parts donor for the 216. Not sure how many of you guys remember it, but that's this one. And then these two are parts donors. I don't know the story behind them, but they both have transmissions. Not sure if they're any good or not, but we could find out. Then here's that 110. And there's a seat right there I could use. There's also a seat I could use right here. Not sure which seat I'm going to end up with. I don't have a grill. That's the only thing I'm missing is a grill and also side panels. I guess side panels, it don't matter on them. Another idea that I had for it is we could get, I do have a few snow plows. We could put a snow plow on it. But we'll see. I think that's it. Unfortunately, next week makes 3 years since Dad passed away. The 16th. And it's been a rough couple months. Last month, my aunt got diagnosed, I think it's with Alzheimer's, and so things have been kind of rough coming around on that. And then next week is the 16th. That makes 3 years since Dad passed away, so try to make the best. Try to make the best out of the negative. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of something to film for you guys, but at the same time I've got all this crap going on that I can't find anything to film. So hopefully next week, Wednesday, I'll try to make a video for you guys, but it might be another one of these. So Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I apologize if this video was kind of negative, but, you know, there wasn't really much to do, and I haven't been out here lately because it's been a little bit of a rough time for me. But let's get off that topic. Let me know what you guys think about the 216. What do you guys think I should do? Should I pull the engine out of it and also all the tins and the grill and everything and drop them onto a new frame? Or should we just drop a transmission in this and try to see if we can get this tractor to go? And also that 212, what do you guys think of that? Do you think that'd be a cool one to get running again, or parts donor for the 216? And another idea that I had for it, that engine, we've got a 68 112. The problem with the 68 112 is my nut that was here came off. So I haven't been able to use it. Or another idea that I had for it is if I can get it running and it runs perfect, we could put it in the 73. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this engine, but right now it's just not running too well. So I was thinking we could pull this engine out and we can put it in the 73 or the 68, and then take that engine, drop it in here, and we'd have a 16 horse electric lift 112. A 116 actually. What do you guys think? What should we do? The only issue with the 16 horse Kohlers are they are gas guzzlers, and this engine's a gas guzzler too, and that's only a 1 gallon tank. So I have actually been convinced a few times this is a 16 horse Kohler just by how much torque it puts out and how well it runs. And you guys have seen this tractor work its ass off, and you've seen it put up against a John Deere A and a G, which are 2-cylinder tractors, and it kept up with them pretty good. So I'm not complaining about it though. It's a great little tractor. I love this thing to death. So, okay. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It's going to be a short video, but you know, you got to make something. You can't let it pull you down, you know. That's what everyone told me after Dad passed, was you got to stay up above it. You can't let that pull you down. You can't forget about it either. And I've been trying to keep up above it, you know, but unfortunately you start thinking about it and you start getting down again. There's the muffler for that 212. And snowblowers. That one is actually for sale. That snowblower is right there. If anybody's interested in a snowblower, let me know. I'm also considering selling this one. This is a round fender snowblower. I might keep it around for the round fender, but I might get rid of it. We'll see. Sorry to bring you guys such a short video. Not a very good video either today, but also I dressed up an engine for my shelf. The only problem is it's too big for the shelf. It has the round fender generator on it, the pulley on the flywheel, the shroud, not the proper air cleaner. I'm also trying to find a gas tank for it, but I kind of dug around in my parts and I found it, and I thought I had to dress that up, so I think it looks good. So okay, and I think that will be it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said before about the 216, whether we should take the tins and drop them onto a different tractor along with the engine, or drop a transmission in here and try to get it going. I also do want to put some fluid in here and see if that possibly fixes it. But more than likely I'm not going to bother with it because it does need some work, and I'm not sure if it's worth the effort to try and get it going again if a bearing's out. Now, I would fix this transmission. I'd order a bearing for it and I'd try to fix it, but you know, I've already got transmissions sitting around and might as well use one of them if they're good. So, okay. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. See you then. Take two. Shut up. Take three.